Hello my nun robots. Today we have two stories, please enjoy. First story. Title. My husband wants a divorce but insists we keep the house together. My husband, 32, and I, 30, have been married for a decade. Lately, things have changed drastically. He approached me recently with a heavy heart, confessing that he was unhappy and no longer wanted to be married. According to him, he had come to the realization that marriage was never truly what he desired. Instead, he expressed a strong desire to concentrate on his career in the military, a path I have supported unwaveringly throughout our marriage. In response to his desire for a divorce, I proposed that we try couples therapy. I believe that the issues he mentioned were resolvable. Unfortunately, he dismissed the idea outright, stating that he felt our marriage was irreparably broken. This left me feeling helpless but resigned to his decision. However, what took me by surprise was his proposal that we continue living together in our shared home while leading separate lives. He had already started seeing someone from his workplace, which added another layer of complexity to our situation. The thought of cohabitating while he pursued another relationship was unbearable for me. When I expressed my discomfort with his dating someone so soon, he accused me of trying to hinder his personal progress. I had to be clear with him, while he was free to move on, I could not simply stand by and watch. For my own well-being, I told him that I needed space and time to heal. I suggested selling our home, which led to another conflict. He accused me of attempting to financially ruin him, especially considering our low mortgage payments. Currently, I'm 6 months away from completing my bachelor's degree in a science field, which I am confident will open up new career opportunities for me. My current job doesn't pay enough to support living independently, but thankfully, I have a robust support system ready to help me through these challenging times. Reflecting on the past months, I acknowledged that our marriage had been on rocky grounds for some time. Despite my efforts to mend things, he had mentally checked out and had been contemplating divorce for months before finally voicing it. Despite the hardships, I've tried to maintain a sense of normalcy and continue my education, which he initially supported through his GI Bill benefits. Now, he's threatening to revoke this support, but fortunately, my educational path and strong support network reassure me of my stability post-divorce. Given all these circumstances, am I unjustified in wanting to move forward with my life, which includes selling our house? This step, though painful for both of us, seems necessary for me to begin healing and rebuilding my life independently. Update. I've taken legal advice and secured all necessary legal protections concerning the divorce and property matters. I stood firm on my decision regarding our house. It had to be sold, or he could buy out my share. He has since agreed to sell the house. An interesting twist in the situation involved the woman he's been seeing. It turns out, she was under the impression that I was aware and accepting of their relationship. He had misled her into believing that we were merely separated but cohabitating. Once she learned the full truth from me, she decided to end things with him. We managed to meet and share the messages and stories he had told each of us, confirming he had lied to her as well. It baffles me why he thought I wouldn't be able to reach out to her directly. Perhaps he underestimated my resolve. Nonetheless, I had a suspicion he wasn't being truthful with her. After confronting him with these revelations, he has shown remorse and has been apologetic for the pain he caused. I remain skeptical of his sincerity. Regardless, the divorce is proceeding, and I wish his future partners better luck than I had. Meanwhile, I've started therapy to help navigate this transition. I am confident about moving forward. I deserve someone who respects and values me more than he did. Second story. Title. My boyfriend is getting too close to my sister-in-law. I'm 23 and my boyfriend is 26, we've been together for about 4 years. Last year, we attended my brother's wedding where my boyfriend got along well with everyone, including my new sister-in-law. However, a few months ago, I started noticing that my boyfriend was busier than usual. At first, I didn't think much of it, but then a coworker, who knows my sister-in-law well, mentioned seeing them together at a bar. They were just having drinks, so I didn't jump to conclusions. When I asked him about it, he seemed unconcerned, which made me think everything was fine. But last night, something happened that made me question things again. While my boyfriend was showering, I saw a text pop up on his phone from my sister-in-law. I couldn't help myself, I checked his messages. They've been talking for about 4 months. The texts weren't inappropriate, but they were beyond casual chat, and it looks like they've met up at the bar a few times. I haven't talked to him about it yet. I'm worried it could make things really awkward. This situation could affect not just us but my brother's marriage too. It's strange for my boyfriend to be this close to my sister-in-law, and it's really upsetting me. I love him, and my brother loves his wife, but I'm not sure what to do next. Should I confront him about it? Ignore it? I need advice because I don't want to make things worse by assuming too much. Update. Recently, my brother came home from work, his wife works from home, and managed to access her phone during one of her meetings. The texts on her phone mirrored what I'd seen on my boyfriend's phone, but her Snapchat revealed much more, explicit photos and videos being exchanged between them. But the situation escalated further. My sister-in-law has been operating an adult account, producing private NSFW content. My brother discovered this after finding the account in her search history, revealing that she had been directing her earnings into a separate bank account they weren't sharing. The most shocking discovery was a video posted 2 weeks ago featuring my sister-in-law with a man, both masked, making it hard to identify them. However, recognizing my own boyfriend's physique and movements from personal experience, I knew it was him. This video was recorded during a time she claimed to be on a business trip, which coincided with when my boyfriend was supposedly busy. Currently, my brother and I are meeting. He told his wife he had an errand, as we process these revelations. Initially, the text messages seemed suggestive of an affair, but I was unprepared for the extent of their betrayal, especially being publicly posted online. Neither of our partners are aware that we know. My brother plans to confront his wife tonight and is considering divorce. I, too, am planning to end my relationship with my boyfriend this evening. Before any final decisions, we'll both confront our partners to discuss the situation. However, it seems inevitable that both relationships are beyond repair. Despite the typical disapproval of snooping, the advice and justified suspicions have led to a crucial discovery. I'm relieved to have uncovered the truth, and I feel validated in my actions. Once again, thank you all for your continued support and for recommending the steps that led to this discovery. Without your advice, the full extent of this situation might have remained hidden. Final update. I got back home last night, and since my boyfriend, who usually closes at the store he works at, wasn't back yet, I decided it was time to take action. Since the house is mine, I gathered all his belongings and left them on the curb. I'd already purchased new locks, which I planned to install immediately. A friend came over to help me, ensuring I wasn't alone when he got back. When he finally arrived, he was clearly confused. He called multiple times, but I didn't respond until much later. When I did, I simply told him, "I know what you did, and you know what you did. Get off my property." He didn't leave. Instead, he frantically searched for the spare keys I had already moved. Amidst his yelling about how irreplaceable he was, he became increasingly hysterical. His desperation peaked when he damaged my car's door with one of the golf clubs that had been among the items thrown out. That's when I decided to call the police, leading to his arrest for property damage and trespassing. Depending on the damage, the charges could range from misdemeanors to additional fines and penalties, especially since he resisted arrest here in Nevada. Now, I'm just waiting for the legal process to handle things and hoping to get my car repaired. It was shocking to see him like this. After 4 years, I realized I never truly knew him. Meanwhile, my brother is dealing with his own marital issues. In Nevada, you can't just kick out a spouse even if the property is only in one name. Fortunately, my brother has a prenuptial agreement protecting his assets, which should help once he decides to move forward legally. He couldn't wait to confront his wife but opted to talk to a lawyer before taking any drastic steps. After consulting with a lawyer, he revealed everything by showing her the compromising video that had surfaced, and even shared it with our family group chat, which includes over 20 people. While I didn't witness her reaction directly, my brother recounted that she threw a tantrum and refused to consider a joint petition for divorce, brushing it off as a drunken mistake. However, my brother is prepared to file for a default divorce if she continues to refuse. The family's response in the group chat was overwhelmingly in support of my brother, with her own parents being particularly upset, as they have always been fond of him. In summary, it's been an intense period. My boyfriend is facing legal consequences and will likely be out of my life, while my brother navigates a complicated divorce with strong family support. It's hard to keep my thoughts straight with everything that's happening, but that's where things stand.